Okay, in this tutorial, we're going to cover how to go about setting up your site and then picking the correct level to establish your site. So the first thing you need to do is start a project using the Form C template. So make sure you go and find the template location. Okay, so find the template that you need to use. Just remember, you can also drag and drop this folder here. So templates, you can drag and drop it here. So in future, you can access this information quite quickly. Okay, so remember you can do that. So here, Form C 2021, press open. Okay, now that you've started your project, you'll notice this will open up in a drafting view. So what we'll need to do is we'll need to move to the site plan. Okay, we need to do all of this work in our site plan. In your site plan, we've got 2 points, reference points. One's a project base point. If I press tab, the other one's a survey point. Just remember in AutoCAD, you can use the tab key to cycle through different objects that are overlaying each other. Okay. All right, so once I've got this view set up, all I need to do now is link my AutoCAD file in so I can extract the information from AutoCAD file. Just remember, if you're going to import AutoCAD files, make sure that they're clean because it's going to bring in all that information from that AutoCAD file. So all the layers, line types, etc. So rather link the file for the time being. Okay, just a cleaner process. So I'm going to go to link CAD. Okay, now go and download this file. I've given it to you, so go and download this file and then set up your sites. Okay, you're going to go to find the project file. So I'm just going to quickly add the project file for you. Site link. Sorry, wrong folder. Admin. Okay, U300. Project 2. Site info. Now, before you continue, make sure that you've unchecked this option. This is if you want to bring in 2D objects only and only in the current view that you've got selected. If you enable that, so don't switch that on. Make sure that you've selected the unit. So by default, it's an auto. Make sure that you're going to change this to meters and uncheck these correctly and orientate views. Okay, uncheck everything, preserve the colors. And here, just make sure that it's auto origin to internal origin. You're going to press open. Okay, now this looks correct. So here's the site that I need to work on. Okay, now you see that it's brought in all of this information that I've provided. If I go to 3D view, here your contour is way up here, and here's your site information below. Okay, now in the site plan view, what I need to go and do is I need to go and build these contours using a tool in AutoCAD, in Rivet and massing and site. I need to build a topography. Okay, and I need to establish some certain information over here. Okay, but I'm only go and use a topography tool. So I'm going to say select photography. I'm going to say create from imported. So select imported objects. Here I'm going to check none. I'm going to use contours 3D. I'm going to press OK. And then I'm going to finish. Now what it would have done is it would have created a series of contours, but way up over. So this is quite high up. In my estimate's about 1,600 meters above sea level. Okay, so we'll need to go and fix this because in our site view, nothing will be visible currently. Okay, if I change this to shaded just so that we can see this, you'll notice that nothing will be visible in this view. It's just because in the site view, we need to go and adjust our view range. So here I'll need to make both of these 1600, so 1,600, another 3 zeros above sea level. Likewise with this value, 16. Okay, now I should be able to see my site. Okay, just remember you can always get this information off the AutoCAD file. Okay, now that I've got this loaded in, I need to go and find. So what I can also do is just remember I can say find. I don't need to, that's fine, leave it as it is. I can go to wireframe. So now we need to establish where this internal project base point, what level we need to match it with. Now with Rivet, this is quite important. Try and find a rounded value on the information you're working with. So maybe this 1370 or this 1371. So pick a value that will work for you. I'm going to use I'll use this value over here because it's slightly lower and I can see my site or my location of my site might be a bit higher, or my building pad will be a bit higher. It doesn't matter, you can use any one of these levels. Okay, but I think for this exercise, I'm going to use this 1371 level. Okay, so you can go and save this value. I use a sticky note, which is quite neat. So I'm going to quickly save this value 1371.000. Okay, 1371.0,000. Okay, move this to one side. Now that I've done that, okay, and I've changed my view, I can go to my 3D view quickly. I'm going to go to my left view. Okay, all I need to do now is switch on my survey point because I need to move my topography and my survey point at the same time. So I'm going to go to VG. Or you're going to go to View, Visibility Graphics, click on any of the columns in the model category section, and you're going to click on T for, and then you scroll down to topography. You are going to activate, no, my apologies, S for site. We'll do this later. Site, we'll come back and do that later. Site, and I need to switch on my survey point. Press apply. Okay, and your survey point will be all the way down here. So I need to move my survey point. So select your survey point. You might have to zoom in to select it. So select your survey point. Select your survey point. Keep control down and select your topography. Okay, just to double check that you've got the right information selected, click on this information over here, this filter icon in the bottom right hand corner. So here I've got my survey point and my topography selected. Now I just need to use the move command and click. Now you just literally start typing to activate the input command. Now I'm simply going to go and grab this value. So 13700, okay, grab this information, copy, close this, and I'm going to paste this value in here. Press enter. Now what it's done is, if I go to 3D view, you notice it's put my topography now a lot closer to my project origin, which is what I need. Okay, but my survey point is moved down over here. So just remember, your survey point is what a surveyor uses. And if I go to my project base point now, so if I go to my site view and I click on my project base point, which is the round circle, you'll notice now it's got this elevation assigned to it, which is exactly what I want. Okay, now in this view, if I switch on shaded, you'll see that I've actually got my topography in the view. Okay, and I need to make my topography match the topography that's come with the AutoCAD file, so I can start removing that information when I don't need it anymore. So I need to remove this topography file if I'm not going to use it anymore. Okay, right, so click on your topography, it doesn't really matter. That's your topography, the brown icon. This is your topography. It's telling you it's topography. We need to make the contours match the contours of the information we provided. Okay, so you need to go to the massing and site icon. You need to go to model site. You need to hold down this arrow, switch this information off at the top because I'm going to use multi-values. So multi-values. I'm going to create a multi-value. This will be my primary contours. Okay, and I'm going to go and say insert, and that will be my secondary contours. Okay, and let's just change the order around. So that will be primary. This will be multi-value. This will be secondary. Okay, so my primary contours work at 1000 intervals. My secondaries at 250. You can determine this, totally up to you. Now it's asking for a start and finish. So what I do is I copy this value that they've given here. So Control C, and I'll paste it. Control V, double click, Control V, Control V. The only difference is here, I just need to add a minus in front. This is just the range in which these work. Okay, and I'm going to press apply. Now you would have seen this would have changed quite dramatically. Okay, you'll notice that this will change quite dramatically. All I need to do now is go and change the way this reads in this view. So just in this view, or for the complete project, I'm going to change this for the complete project. So I'm going to go to Manage, Object Styles, and I click on T for Topography. Go to Topography. Okay, here I'm going to change my secondary contours to gray. And I'm just going to tone down the line weight. This value, the 6 is linked to the line weights. Change that to 5. Change that to 5. If I press apply now you see this has changed quite a lot. Okay, just go back to VG again. I must just make sure, sorry, object styles. So that's working correctly. So let's go to manage. Object styles, because I think I've grayed out the primaries as well. T for topography. So primary contours, those should be black, that's correct. And then secondaries at 250. Press apply, press OK. Go to massing and site. I think I've made both of them secondaries. Okay, so this one should be primary. That one should be secondary. And that should be 250. And that should be 1000. It's just the order in which these work. Press apply. Okay, primary, secondary, press OK. All right, fantastic. So now these contours should start matching. These contours should start matching the contours from my 3D view. That's correct. It's just because we've got a gray line above. So you can see that these contours now are working exactly correctly. Okay, so let's just go back to my site. We can hide the gray lines of these, of the AutoCAD file. We can hide those as well. I can show you how to do that. But for now, I just want to show you that I've managed to create my contours quite neatly. Now, if I use my labels across my site, you'll notice now that I'm getting my site information. But it's not reading correctly because we need to change it to work differently. So select the label, go to edit type. We need to change this to verify, so let's change this to meters so that it reads correctly. Change this to meters. And I want 2 decimal places, press OK. And here I'm going to tell it not to reference the project survey point, but to reference this. Okay, so here we must tell it project base point. Okay, so here I'm going to say reference survey point. Press apply. Press OK. Now you see this will read correctly. So this one should match my 1730, which is linked to this level here. Now we're going to get the correct information. Okay. Let me just see if I can use the relative command as well. So survey point. Okay, but now at least you can see the major contours tie in with the major contours that we've specified. Okay, so that's important, so that this reads correctly. Okay, so that's why we set it up the way we have. Now the last thing we need to do is we just need to establish our project north. So I think once you start modeling, this can be changed later on. But for the time being, you can go and change this again. I just want to use this site over here because at the moment, project north and true north are in the same direction. So technically this is true north, but we'll need to rotate our project to the correct north. So I'm going to go to architecture, reference plane. I'm going to use the pick tool. I'm going to pick one of these objects over here. It'll create a reference plane for me. So click on the reference plane, zoom in. If there's double clashes, sometimes this is quite annoying sometimes with Rivet. So pull that out to the side, selecting that hollow on that node. Now I've got a reference plane. All I need to do now is go to massing and site, and I'm going to go to manage, position, and I'm going to say rotate project north. I'm going to say pick objects, pick this object. Basically all it's done now is rotated project north to the right location. Yes, true north is in the right location still. If I click anywhere in the view, because now you can start setting up and modeling your building, but it's important to get your site set up first. Okay, so that's fine. Press OK. Now all I need to do is I can change here. If I go between true north and project north, you'll see now that this will work correctly. Okay, the last thing you do is go and set your location. Make sure that this is Pretoria. Pretoria, Gauteng. That's fine for now. Press OK. Okay, fantastic. Now that everything is set, the last thing we need to do is just change these. So we need to change these elevation markers, move them, select both objects, so select the elevation circle and the marker, select both. Okay, so select both, move it into the right location, select this one, move to the right location, select this one, move that to the right location, and grab this information, move this to the right location. Okay, move this to the right location. Now select the elevation head itself. You're going to use the rotate command and snap these into the correct orientation. Based on our view, these should snap correctly. Okay, so just move these and rotate these into the right location, because you need to look at the objects squarely. Don't look at them at an angle, because you won't be able to dimension them in Rivet. That's important. So select these, make sure they're in the right location. Good. Okay. Now we've pretty much started up our project. Now you can go and follow those other tutorials that I've set up on how to start modeling and setting these elevation markers up. Okay, I'll make some separate videos on how to set these up, but if you just go to any of these elevation views now you can see you're looking at your project. Okay, and as you start modeling stuff, here you're going to go and set up your levels, for example. Okay, there is an AutoCAD file linked in, that's why you're seeing this information. So you might have to switch it on and off at times, but that's something that we'll address. But at least you've got your site set up correctly, and we've got our contours in. So if we wanted to draw a section, for example, from here to here, and I go to my section view, okay, now you can see we can cut sections through our site. So everything's quite nicely set up. Okay, and this is what I would recommend just to start getting the project started. Okay, let's drag this down a bit. Okay, but there's your start of your project in essence. Just go back to site plan view. Now you can go back to shaded. Please follow my tutorials on how I go and change all this, add the road details, etc. Okay, I've covered that quite extensively in my tutorials. So please go and follow those tutorials to progress your site. But here we're going to start modeling your building. Here you can start putting in slabs, trying to work out how your building is going to work on the site. So we've got some information to start setting up and doing a proper analysis of your site.